So I want to take a few minutes to investigate the Earth materials. As we learned, there are four main elements that we're going to see that constitute Earth and Earth's crust. That would be silica, oxygen, iron, and magnesium. So as we're going to see, silica loves oxygen. These two are always going to combine. Iron always loves magnesium. These two are also always going to combine. So when we start talking about our different rock types, you're going to see that we're going to talk about silica and oxygen ratios versus iron and magnesium ratios. So what we learned in our Earth materials section is that there are four main different types of rock, and we can categorize them based on our silica content. So we learned about our silicates, and those are the ones that have silica and oxygen. We can break this down. We're going to see that we can have felsic rocks, we can have intermediate rocks, we can have mafic rocks, and we can have ultramafic rocks. So the differences between these four are going to be really important because we're going to see this over and over and over again, not just in this lecture, but especially when we get to our different rock types. So what we're going to look at, like I said, are the differences between our silica and oxygen versus our iron and magnesium. So if we have something that is felsic, felsic is really high in silica and oxygen. Since it's going to be really high in silica and oxygen, it is going to be really low in iron and magnesium. So if we look on the opposite side, something that's ultramafic, same about the word ultramafic, it's going to be really high in iron and magnesium and really low in silica and oxygen. Now, our mafic rocks are not quite as low in silica and oxygen as our ultramafic, but they are low. Okay, so they're going to be lower than our intermediate. So they're going to have low silica and oxygen and high iron and magnesium. And our intermediate, well, they're going to be almost equal, silica and oxygen and iron and magnesium. We're going to see when we get to the volcanic chapter that it's not quite equal, but it's going to be close enough for right now. Now, what we're going to see is that this ultramafic group, this group really only forms today inside the Earth. So we're really not going to see too much ultramafic rocks right now. We are only really going to dig deep down inside the Earth to find this. So if you want a good example of an ultramafic rock, my birthday is in August. So my birthstone is a peridot. So peridot is ultramafic. Peridot is green. That's representing that really high magnesium content. The felsic, intermediate, and mafic rocks, these we're going to commonly find all over Earth's surface. So like I said, our ultramafic, we're not going to find these too often today on the Earth's surface. Okay, they're mainly found inside of the Earth at higher temperatures and pressures, whereas this felsic, intermediate, and mafic we are going to find. So how could we tell the difference visually between them? Our felsic rocks, because they have that high silica and oxygen, tend to be very light in color. When I say light, they're usually pink or white. So if you want to think of your very stereotypical granite, granite usually has a lot of pink and white on it, it's felsic. If we want to think of something that is mafic, because mafic has a lot of iron and magnesium, it is going to be very dark. So when I say dark, it's going to be usually black or gray. That green, like we talked about a minute ago, is usually only representative of ultramafic rocks. But maybe you've gone to Lowe's and you've seen that they have really dark granite countertops. Okay, technically it's not granite, but we're going to talk about that later on in our igneous chapter. But that dark, quote-unquote, granite countertop is mafic. If we want to think of something that's intermediate, because it has almost equal amounts of silica and oxygen, we're going to see that it has what we call salt and pepper. So it's going to have light and dark. What it literally looks like is someone took a salt shaker and a pepper shaker and dumped them out on the table and mixed them up. So I hope this really helped you understand the differences between these, because like I said, we're going to see this over and over and over again. You're going to hear the words felsic and mafic a lot throughout the course of the semester.